Jingiwala, Ngatanwar. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Diddy, and normally I do music reactions. Today I'm paying my last respect to this fellow here, this incredible man called Archie Roach, or his full name was actually Archibald Wilson Roach. He's a First Nation people of Australia. He was born January 8th, 1956 in Murupna in Victoria. Sorry, it's not easy to how can I say, pronounce First Nation people languages, because there are so many languages and so many words that are different from how can I say, nation to nation. Sadly, Archie was taken away on the 30th of July this year, when I was having a break from YouTube. I have done a couple of reaction videos to him, and even read myself up on a little bit, just a tiny bit of the First Nation people history, and all the things they have to strive with, and some things have been not fixed, but looked into, and they have started to fix up things, but there is still a lot of discrimination going on in the system, like it's with every single indigenous people around the world. Story just repeats itself. So hopefully lessons have been learned, and we can learn from our past, and choose the right directions in our future. Archie Roach, he was a musician and an activist. He was of mixed Gundit Jimara and Bunjalung heritage. That are two different, how can I say, groups of First Nation people in Australia. There are a lot of them. He represents First Nation people and Torres Strait Islander people. And he did it in a remarkable way. I would just start up with some of the history behind him. He is one of what we call the stolen children. He was, of course, born by his mother, but he was taken away, like most indigenous people were in Australia, from their mother and family, and placed out in, yeah, I would just say it, white people's homes, to make them more, I can say, make them more white. That was the policy back then, to learn them the white way of living instead of letting them learn the traditional way of living. He had, as many others, a really bad start in the foster care system, but he ended up with a very kind Scottish couple and their kids, and they let him pursue his love for music, and one of his foster siblings, Mary, she taught him to play both guitar and keyboard, and that will bring him a long way later in life. When Archie was 15, he learned that his real mother had died, He got the news from his real sister, and that started a life for him for the next 14 years, where he lived on the streets, battling alcoholism. As he said himself in many interviews, he was just a drunk and nothing else. Of course, he was heartbroken and lost. Even though you're lost and everything is gone and life doesn't seem to have any purpose, sometimes an angel comes along, and during his days on the street, he met his future wife, Ruby Hunter. She was a musician too, and they started the band all together with some friends. They moved to Melbourne, and this is the period where Archie wrote his best-known song, "Took the Children Away." It's a song which I have reacted to, and you can find it in Australia playlist. I have my own Australian playlist, and this is the song that would open up the world for him. It got the airtime on both community radio and on an indigenous talk show program. It also opened up the rest of the world for him. This is the song that gave him, I can say, a step up among the big guys. And another fabulous Australian artist, which I haven't reacted to yet, Paul Kelly. He asked him if he could open one of his concerts. And yeah, I think we're just going to take a listen to "Took the Children Away." I found a different song than I reacted to last time. That was the music video. And this is a live version, Archie Roach and Friends. And as far as I can see on the picture, which will come up now, he is here together with his lovely wife, Rose. Oh, sorry, Ruby. And yeah, she's the one sitting over here. So I think we just let's pay him some respect and play his the song that got him off the streets and saved him, so to say.
Story's right, this story's true. I would not tell lies to you like the promises you did not keep. How they fenced us in like sheep. The shelter was come taken. Set us up on mission land days. Taught us to read, write and pray. Then it took children away, to the children away. Yeah, the children away. Snatched from our mother's breast, said this is for the best, took them away. The welfare and the policemen, well, they said you've got to understand, 'cause we give to them what you can't give. You teach them how to really live. Teach them how to love. They them instead they taught them that, taught them this. And others taught them prejudice when they took the children away. Yeah, the children away. Breaking our mother's heart, tearing us all apart, took them away. One dark day on Framingham, well, they came and did not give a damn. Ah, my mother cried, go get their dad. He came running, fighting me. Mama's tears were falling down, and my dad shaved up, stood his ground, and he said, you touch my kids, well, you gotta fight me, you fellas, you know that. Then they took us from our family, yeah, took us away. Took us away. Oh, not from our mother's breast. Traditions for the best took us away. Oh, yeah. Told us what to do and say. They taught us all, these are white family by, and they split us up again. Gave us gifts to ease the pain. Sent us home to the foster home, and as we grew up, Lord, we found long, cause we were acting mommy, feeling black. One sweet day, all the children came back. Yeah, all the children came back. All the children came back. Back where their hearts grow strong, back where they all belong. Children came back. Said the children came back. Yeah, yeah, the children came back. Back where they understand. Back to this mother's land. The children came back. Back to their mother. Back to their father. Back to their sister. Back to their brother, back to their people, back to their land. All the children came back. Yeah, some of them children came back. Some of them children came back. Yeah, I came.
His last three words in the song was, I came back. And yes, this isn't the first time this song has brought tears to my eyes, because it's part of a terrible story. It just is. And it's history from not too far away. My father is almost, my father and mother is almost, yeah, my father is actually 1 year older than Archie is, and my mother is the same. and my father is 2 years. And I can't imagine. Yeah, how it would be to be just taken away from your life and your culture, and just put in another home just to learn how to be them, and how it must feel to, after 18 years, when the job is done, you just get thrown out into society, and the only thing you want to is find your roots again, and rediscover yourself. But something inside of you must be broken. Most of it must be broken. I just can't imagine how it would be. Yeah. This is the song that leads Archie on his way. And as I mentioned just before the song, he got to open with this song and some others in one of Paul Kelly's concerts. And as far as I could read from that concert, it said that there was absolute silence, and you could hear a pin drop when he performed, and a roaring applause when he was done. That tells me that already back then, people knew that something was wrong. Something was very, very wrong. And yeah, they gave him credit and supported him. I saw an interview with Archie, where he told why he wrote this song, and he said he was writing, like, how can I say, the normal stuff, getting in love, falling out of love, drinking, having fun, but it was his uncle that came to him and said, don't you write songs? Yeah, I do write songs. Why don't you write about when you got taken away? And but Archie, as far as I remember from the interview, Archie said that I don't remember how it was. But then his uncle said that I can tell you how it was. So that's how this song came to be. Yeah, this song also led Archie to achieve, to receive a Human Rights Awards from the Australian HREOC. That's Human Rights and Equality Opportunity Commission. And it also helped him to release his first album, which was Charcoal Lane. That one went ahead and won gold and 2 gongs from ARIA. I had to read up on the terminology about gongs, because in Europe and America you normally get records, gold-plated records and stuff. But I just found this on Wiki, so I don't know if it's totally appropriate, correct. It's understood gongs were used during military ceremonies back in the days. So if you were to be given a medal, in his case, he got 2 gold. 1 gold and 2 gongs. You were to have a gong ring out in your honor. Yeah, the legend goes it then spread and stuck with a manner of awards now referred to as a gong. So 2 gongs, that was a huge deal, and it's still a huge deal apparently. His songs and albums and everything got him to tour around the world with artists like Bob Dylan, Patti Smith, Tracy Chapman, and Susanne Vega, and others, of course. His music got him a place in ARIA Hall of Fame in 2020. That's, I can say, Australian records thing. 2020, that's a little bit late if you ask me. Over the years, he has released 10 albums and received a huge number of other achievement awards in the same period. As I said in the beginning, Archie wasn't only a musician, he was an activist as well. And he was actively raising awareness about the horrendous injustices done to First Nation people. He had felt it on his own body and seen friends around him get treated inhumanely over the years. He made a song called Lighthouse. That's made in memory of a young First Nation boy that did not get the medical attention he needed after being almost beaten to death, just due to the paramedics suspecting him of sniffing gasoline, and that was why he was unconscious. That was a big deal back in the days. Indigenous people, First Nation people, they were driven by alcoholism and other drug abuse because they didn't fit into the society that the white man made. And sadly, the story ends with this boy dying the same day due to his injuries, due to the paramedics didn't want to give him first aid due to they suspect him of being on drugs or other substances. Archie, over the years, he did what he could to heal and try to reconciliate and to end the destruction of young First Nationers' life. And in 2030, he received what they call a Deadly Award. And that's an award for a lifetime contribution for the healing of the stolen generations. And that's a great achievement. And from what I've read, seen, and listened to, it was very, very well deserved. And I found his performance, a performance of his song Lighthouse. And yeah, I think we'll just sit down and listen to it.
When it's dark and there's no sun, when the night and the sea become one, in these waters treachery, a lighthouse shines down on me. Lighthouse shine down on me. Above our soul, for all to see, turning darkness into day. His beacon light shows us the way. Don't look for him inside your pain. It's in your joy where he remains. Not in the depths of despair, not in the ground, but in the air. Lighthouse shine down on me above us all, for all to see. Turning darkness into day. His beacon light shows us the way. Oh, you threw him inside your jail, but you can't cage that great wedge tail, for he's away up in the blue, circling round, embracing you. Lighthouse shine down on me above us all, for all to see. Turning darkness into day. His beacon light shows us the way. Oh, strangers came from far away. They come to kill him, so they say, but he's not dead, he'll never be. He's killed them with their misery. So Lighthouse shine down on me above us all, for all to see. Turning darkness into day. His beacon light shows us the way. His beacon light shows us the way.
I would just advise you to sit down, find the lyrics of the song, and read through it, because this is extremely powerful, and it's written by the feelings inside his heart, and yeah, no, it's yet another just totally unnecessary event that happens. A young guy dies in vain. There's no words. Um, it's just always hard to continue. I get so choked up emotionally, but that's just how I'm built. Yeah, from this young boy's death to Archie's death. As I have written here in my papers, our life comes to an end. Over the years, Archie was suffering from bad health from due to his younger years, alcoholism and stuff. So his medical health was deteriorating from the beginning of 2000s and up, and he also battled lung cancer at one stage. He got cured from that one after a rather big surgery, from what I've read. And as if that wasn't enough, he suffered a stroke in 2010. But this man is built like no other. This was in October, November, 1 year in 2010. And in April 2011, he was back out touring the country again. And that just tells you how much this meant to him. Being able to travel around telling his story and educating people about the history. It was his life. So I found, I almost forgot. He has left behind 2 sons, Amos and Eben, and he also had 3 foster children in his life, Chris, Terrence, and Arthur. And they are left behind with his legacy. And from what I understand, Amos and Eben is running his charity on, because he has his own charity for educating and making peace and correcting the injustices done, and just hoping for a better future for every party. As I was reading through some of, I can say, the articles surrounding his death, I found some afterwards, I would like to call it. This is from a scholar called Biami Williamson, and he is from an indigenous group or First Nation group called, and sorry again if the pronunciation is terrible, Oyalayi. Is that something that I hope it's correct? And Biami Williamson said about Archie Roach that he gave us and all of Australia an image of an Aboriginal man, tender and humble, an image long denied us. Through his life, his dedication to Auntie Ruby, his devotion to his sons, his work with disengaged youth, and his profound love for his people, Uncle Archie gave the nation an image of an Aboriginal man seldom found in the national psyche. And I think those words are very legit. I have no connection to Australian culture or First Nation culture. None whatsoever. I have just, like I say, picked up information through our school systems, education, and of course, reading. Reading is power. And the little I know, I have learned by reading and watching and talking to people, especially after I started reacting to Archie Roach as a musical artist. I got a lot of very, very nice feedback from both First Nation people and other Australians. And yeah, that was I take that with me. I've done something okay. I made my own few words about him. This is just some thoughts that popped up in my head when everything was done here, and I wrote down that he was a man living in absolute darkness. He had lost his ways, his identity, and didn't manage to move around in the darkness he lived in. One day, he saw the tiniest speck of light, and he went for it, both in despair but also in hope. That one chance he took changed his life, and he ended up as one of the greatest ambassadors for reconciliation and healing among and between Australia's First Nation people and all others that today have Australia as their homeland and country. And as a last word to Archie, I hope your passing made you meet up with your dear wife Ruby, and the rest of your stolen family. In the end here, I would just like to announce that in the description below you will find links to the videos I have used in this video, and also to his charity website. Visit his, you will also find his YouTube profile there. Visit his YouTube, subscribe to him, like what you listen to, and this man's or this legend's legacy will continue living on. So, yes, that's my goodbye to Archie Roach. And yeah, let's hope that we have the ability to learn from history. Goodbye.